Good morning. How are we this morning? Good morning. Hello, Lament. Hello, baby girl. Well, I stream quite often, so, yeah, Nadra, good morning. How are we? Good day. Diella, good morning. How is everybody? Or good afternoon, Maeve, Darkbreaker. How is everybody? We're having an extreme cold weather warning. Pushed Ache off the list. Yes, Nadra. GG's. I am pretty good, baby girl. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you ever want to catch me, those are the days I stream every day, basically. I have my notifications off. It's been so long into a new game on my laptop called Palia. Nice, baby girl. Nice. How you doing, Maeve? Hello, Deadwalk over on Soup. Charlie, a great movie, but I gotta work. We'll watch this later. No worries. Have a great day at work. I'm excited to bring you guys Ichi the Killer today. That is who we're going to discuss. Another great Japanese horror. Yeah, I've been so busy on the weekends. I don't get time to rest, and I completely forgot about our movie this weekend. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be watching Nosferatu later this afternoon, I'm pretty sure. Don, thank you so much for that 145 stream streak. Much appreciated. Yeah, we just got some PlayStation 5s not even a month ago. I don't play it much because of Palia. Yay, I'm finally evil again. Nice evil. I got to see what my evil is. It better not be low, man. That's a good evil, 523%. That's way better than the 60-something% that I had last week. Like, what the shit? Yeah, so how is everybody's weekend so far? Good morning, Reaper. How are you? Macabre, good morning. Yeah, we have a long weekend here in Canada. It's Family Day weekend, so tomorrow is Family Day. I'm not sure if the States has that. Do you guys have Family Day at all? Hello, Reaper, on the YouTube side of things. By the way, Reaper is my partner in crime when it comes to Coffee Chat of Horrors. He creates all the infographics that you see when we are doing CCOH. It's President's Day tomorrow. Oh, okay, so it's a long weekend. Besides the cold, rainy weather making me tired, I'm pretty good. That's good, baby. It's effing cold here. We have an extreme weather warning for extreme cold. So, yeah, it's so great. Yeah, not a good time. What did it say that right now? It's minus 24 right now without the wind chill, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what the weather says right meow. Okay, so ongoing extreme cold weather warning. Oh, so it's minus 24, but it feels like minus 30. So that's what I'm living in right now. Mischief Maker, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, our weekend here is Family Day. Family Day. So yes, so that's DEG, Dawn, that's 30 Fahrenheit. So minus 30 Celsius is minus 30 is minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. So you have to make sure you put the C or the F because of the differences in the Fahrenheit to Celsius. Got a couple of good movies tonight. Nice. I'm good. Been working on a few more screens for Coffee Chat of Horror. Sent you some more. Thank you, Reaper. I appreciate it. I miss the cool weather. It's painfully hot here. CCOH is Coffee Chat of Horrors. I've been doing it for the last 8 years. It's where we deep dive into some of our favorite scary movies, mostly independent horror films and international horror films. I'll trade you the cold over the 20-inch snow dump. We're getting snow too, Mischief. Today, not so much. Good morning, Ace. Actually, no, good evening, Ace. How are you? I think we had an inch to about an inch and a half of rain this morning. It sounded like the ocean was falling on the roof. Yeah, wow. Hundar, good morning. Yeah, it's friggin' cold. We get snow. We have a lot of snow. We have a lot of fucking snow. I don't know if you guys realize how much snow we have. I know you guys are getting dumped on, but we have that here regularly. So I will give you my cold and I will take the snow. I've got no problem with that. I'd rather the snow than the minus 30 because minus 30 hurts when you go outside. It's still raining by you, Nadra? Yeah, we won't see rain until probably May and June. That's usually when our spring hits, and then summer is July and August. Well, for Alberta, not all of Canada, for Alberta. You all can keep your cold in the snow, right? Right? Sharing is caring, though, Deadwalk. And I saw your cute picture of Yvonne and Carlo. Adorable. So does this mean that no work because it's President's Day tomorrow? I would assume. I don't know, Don. I don't know what the U.S. does on President's Day. There is nothing open on our Monday, so no federal buildings are open. None of that stuff is open here on Monday, but it's Family Day. Oh, I don't know. Hello, Stevie and Sarah. How are you? Stevie, Sarah, how are you doing? So Macabre is saying it's a bank holiday, so probably not a stat holiday for everybody else, right? Like retail and shit. Depends on what your job does, yeah. Yeah, I'd have to say it probably is dependent on your employment, right? But it's a bank holiday, so banks will be closed, federal would be closed. Hello, Carlos. Good morning. How are you? It's a bank holiday, but most businesses are open. Oh, you're on Canada. Yeah, so it's Family Day here. If it's a government type job, you're off. Okay, so if you're not in the government, then you're not off of work. So, yeah. You're doing good? Nice. You'll be working. Should be time and a half for you, though, Hundar. Hey, it's a federal holiday, so yes, a lot will be closed. So yeah, on the federal level, will be closed, but most likely your grocery stores and shit like that will be open. Carlos, we are going to be discussing Ichi the Killer. It is a Japanese horror film by Takashi Miike, released in 2001, considered the most extreme movie on the planet. Yeah, that's what it's considered. It's pretty extreme. It's pretty violent. You never watched that one? Well, I will forewarn you that Ichi the Killer is taken off of and based off of manga. And it is very aggressive. There is violence on every level towards everyone. Just put it to you that way. A lot of blood and guts. They basically took the manga and turned it into a movie without taking out anything. So you know how aggressive manga can get? Yeah. This is it. Not a bad day's work on 23 screens. I appreciate that, Reaper. Thank you. We have some upcoming things that are going to happen with CCOH. We're going to be, a few of the movies that we're going to be discussing will be Wreck from 2007. And we have a couple more movies that we're going to go diving into, and then we're going to dive into some of our directors. I know not everybody knows a lot of the directors, what they're known for, how they got started. So we're going to take a look into like Mario Bava, Fulci, and Craven, Carpenter, etc., because I find a lot of us don't know a lot about the directors themselves. So given that, and we're going to do like Rob Zombie, dive into Rob Zombie's background. You have all the Wreck movies. Wreck is a great movie. Yeah. And there's a remake, Quarantine. Quarantine is technically a remake of Wreck from 2007. And I think, what's her name? Shit, I can't think of her name right now. Carpenter. She's not related to John Carpenter. Loki is good. He's a hurricane tornado, but he's good. He's good. He's hates that he can't be outside. He goes outside, but then he stays out there too long. Like too long is like 5 minutes because his paws start to freeze out in the backyard, so he ends up limping on them or three-legging it to the door. Yeah, Quarantine and Quarantine 2 Terminal. Yeah, I have both of those. Not as good as Wreck. I will agree. Wreck is better. There, Deadwalk, 100%. It's not strictly horror, but he's an amazing surrealism director. You should look into Carlos Saura. All right, Reaper. Can you take that name down, please? I got creative with director screens. Was not sure what I was going to do, but I made custom templates for those ones. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Most people will have President's Day sales in the U.S. Mostly to ditch the rest of the Christmas sales inventory. Yeah, I can see that. I finally finished both seasons of Horror's Greatest, and I did enjoy the episode about directors and the one about composers. Yeah. The composers are pretty cool, and they usually get left out, right? In a lot of these things. So in the next coming weeks before the summer hits, because CCOH will go on hiatus come June. I know, boo, right? Will come to season end in June, we are planning to do director series. So, because it's interesting to learn about the directors, how they got started. Movies are awesome, Carlos. It's a great way to get lost out of reality, right? Reality is such a horror, especially lately. And to sit there and watch something that's so crazy, it makes you feel safe because you're inside your home, right? That's what the horror thing about horror is. No matter what extreme it is, it's all fake. You know, some of them might be based on true events, but for the majority of it, it is all fake. And we can feel safe in the comfort of our own home watching something so gross and disgusting and so vile, where the real world is even more horrific that we live in every day. So it's really great to get away and watch a movie or two or three. And horror is great for that. You're going to have almost 8 to 9 degrees Celsius next week. Supposedly, I don't know. Till Thursday, we're having an extreme cold weather warning until Thursday. And then after Thursday is going to be whatever it says. We'll see. We'll see, Hundar. We'll see. The weather changes here. I adore you and I adore Takashi Miike, but I have to be honest, the bad CGI totally took me out of Ichi the Killer. The movie just leaves me flat, which makes me sad because I loved other films by him, Imprint, yes, Western to Django, 13 Assassins, Blade of the Immortal, and more. Thank you, Doom, for the love. I appreciate it. Yeah, the CGI in this film, but again, they're trying to recreate a manga, which is all animated, right? It's really hard to pull what they pulled off in Ichi the Killer in 2001. And you can think about the CGI technology back in 2001 compared to what it is now. Can you imagine him remaking this movie now? 8 to 9 degrees Celsius, where I was going to be running around in shorts and a tank top. You got that right, Deadwalk, because 8 to 9 degrees Celsius is my warm weather. That's when the windows open up fully, doors are open, I do my spring cleaning. It's been snowing here all week, Hundar, and it's been cold all week. We have been dipping down to minus 37. Today, during the day, we're hitting minus 30 Celsius. Usually the minus 30 Celsius happens towards the end of the day, but no, not right now. It's 30. Oh, I wish, Lament, I wish. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, Doom. 100%. I get what you're saying. And there's a few things that aren't fake or CGI and are really fucking gross. And we'll get into that. I'm sure I'm going to surprise quite a few of you with what I'm going to tell you today, because I didn't even realize it either. I thought it was all CGI and I thought it was fake, but there is something in here that is not fake at all, and I find it kind of gross. You do challenge me, Ron, sometimes. I was scratching my head a little bit. I'm pleased so far with the results. I've seen some of them that you posted in our DM, Reaper, and I appreciate it. They look great. I'm never disappointed in anything that you do. You're going to try to take a little nap later on. I'll try to stop by. I'm only on till about 12:30 my time today. It's a short 1 hour and a half. But I'm live again Monday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I am going to be playing and starting Days Gone from the beginning. We're going to be checking out Days Gone, and since I'm streaming longer days during the day, that's where we'll play our long games. Speedy Misha, good morning. How was your weekend? And Doom, how is your weekend going? Yeah, I'm excited to talk about Takashi Miike's Ichi the Killer. Again, I wouldn't recommend Ichi the Killer just to anyone because of the extreme amount of violence that's in it. I mean, it's great, though. It's great fucking violence. It really is. The slashing, the gashing, the body modifications, the torture. It's beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. I know some people won't find it beautiful, but I find what Takashi Miike did in this film, especially with, what's his name? Kakihara, I can't pronounce his name. But anyways, he there has like this really cool body modification where he's split here and here, but he can open his mouth up. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. It's okay. I've pretty much just rested this weekend, but it's been nice having a weekend to myself. That's nice, Doom. That's nice. You're doing good, Speedy? Right on. Happy Sunday. Yeah, that is Kakihara. Now, Ichi the Killer is the killer that we see that is challenging Kakihara. Now I'm pretty sure I'm killing his name because I'm not. I even used Google Translate, so to me it sounded weird, but we're just gonna go with it. There's a lot of strange names in here that I'm going to probably butcher, and I do apologize. It's really hard doing international horror, especially when the names are in that culture. You know what I mean? Their names aren't Larry, Jin, you know, like it's names that I find hard to pronounce. Good morning, Jimmy. How are you? The Machine Girl is another good bloody film. Yeah, I like those kind of films, though, you know? Nether just showed me Cold Fish, and I really enjoyed Cold Fish. So I do enjoy those over-the-top violence, blood and guts, and I don't know why I probably would love manga, but a lot of it's all animated, and I'm just not into the animated stuff. I don't know, I just can't seem to get into animated stuff, and there's a lot of great manga out there, and anime, right? So... anybody have plans for the rest of the long weekend? Anyone doing anything fun? I am going to be cleaning my house, going out today after stream, and getting Loki some dog food, getting some cat litter, getting some small nibble treats so I can put into his, he has this spinner that he has to manually move around, and treats come falling out of it if he gets it to the right angle. It keeps him preoccupied, it keeps him busy. It's a mental game, and they're great for kind of like tiring him out because he's full of fucking energy. So I'm going to be doing that today. Other than that, I don't have much going on. You're editing 2 podcasts, and I need to write an article for the Substack Patreon. Nice, Macabre, nice. You've been playing Fallout 4 again. Right on. Just still Supernatural, and late tonight watching Viking Wolf. Nice. If you like werewolf movies, check out these 2. Werewolves 2024. They were in the theaters in December. And then the French take on werewolves is Were, W-E-R. I really enjoyed the lore in... No, I have not seen Viking Wolf. The lore in werewolves is a bit different, and I like the take on it. I like the take on the lore and how they become werewolves, whereas Were takes after the French mythology and lore of werewolves. With anime and manga, the amount I like it really depends on the quality and style of the art and the character development. There are classics I can't stand because of the bland style and flat story characters, and then there are some popular and obscure ones I honestly think should be way bigger. But it's disturbing how easy it is to upset otaku by criticizing the wrong thing. Aha. Yeah, I have a hard time getting into the anime side of things. Another good movie about werewolves is Late Phases. Okay, Late Phases. We're going to have to copy that. I need to put that in the Discord because I'm going to have to check it out. There's a lot of werewolf movies I haven't seen, and I love werewolf films. But I've seen quite a bit. Okay, I'm popping this in my Discord so I can remember what it is. All right. Hello, Justin. Damn, Ichi, that's some rough stuff, right, Justin? It is. You know, it said that Ichi the Killer is the most extreme, disturbing film on the planet. Honestly, I think it's great violence, and I think the violence is beautiful, and it's like poetry. However, I don't think it's the most disturbing movie on the planet. Sorry, I write too much, and I'll try to make the message more. Oh, God, no, Doom, right. Spread it all out. Talk all you want, but I appreciate you reading so much. No worries, no worries. We're here to chit chat, right? How dare you disrespect my favorite anime? I'm a basic bitch when it comes to manga. Love Berserk. I'm a super basic bitch because I don't watch any of it. For me, I think I Spit on Your Grave is more disturbing. I think the original Last House on the Left is quite disturbing, Justin. I also think The Girl Next Door, Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door, 2007, is highly disturbing. And I've only watched that movie 2 times because the first time was enough. And it's really rare that you hear me say that because I fucking love shocking and disturbing films. But The Girl Next Door, I will be doing a full review on, a spoiler review on that here come this week. However, that movie really fucked me up and sticks with me because it's based on true events that happened back in the 1950s in the United States. And Jack Ketchum's book is called Evil, and the movie is called The Girl Next Door. I am not going to recommend that movie to anyone unless you can sit through it, because it is not a movie for everyone. It is quite disturbing and very fucked up, and to know that this is based on real life is even more horrific. So please do not go look it up if you've never seen it. Take my fucking word. Take my word, okay? It will stick with you. It is a movie that has stuck with me, and I watch things like Salo and Serbian film, and I love that shit. People like to say anime is only from Japan, but anime is just an animated content, which includes Western cartoons. Japan doesn't separate the two. Yeah. Another bloody film that is good is Corpse Prison 1 and 2. I'll have to check that out. I'm still reading the serial killer book you recommended. Isn't it great? I have several others if you're interested, Speedy, that I can tell you about when you're done with that one. I'm going to watch it. Do not blame me for the scarring that this will incur. It is technically not under the genre of horror per se. All right, it's not, but it's fucking horrific. And it is a movie that I only seen once, and the only reason why I watched it a second time was because I was going to do a deep dive review on it on my YouTube channel. So those that want to see it know what they're going to get into, and those that are thinking about seeing it that don't want to see it will have an understanding of what the fuck is going on in it. I'm currently reading Blood Meridian. Oh, what's that about? But yes, don't blame me if you're scarred for fucking life. And like I said, you don't ever hear me talk about movies that I only one and done. The only movie that I've ever been one and done with is The Girl Next Door. There is another movie called The Girl Next Door. It's a comedy about this pretty girl that lives next door. That is not the one I'm talking about, okay? This one is from 2007, and the book that it's from is called Evil by Jack Ketchum. And Jack Ketchum is a really great author. He did The Woman, which Darkbreaker recently watched that in the Discord. But if you watch it, please don't come at me. Don't come at me. I warned you. And the violence in, the violence in that movie, The Girl Next Door, is all female violence of every level. I hate to say it because it means some subconscious bias, but I've noticed the movies that really bother me are violence towards women. Oh, fuck yeah. Dead Girl, a Serbian film, just makes me deeply uncomfortable. Martyrs, A Good Night Mommy, too. Yeah, they do. They're there to make you uncomfortable. Extreme violence against women in real life has been happening to women since the start of time, unfortunately. So for us, living life every day is a fucking horror movie. The shit that happens to these women have happened. It's crazy. But a lot of these films I can watch, and they don't sit with me as much as the Girl Next Door. The Girl Next Door is based on true events, where the Serbian film, Dead Girl, Martyrs, they're all created fake stories that depict real torture that can happen to women. Blood Meridian is a very twisted Western by Cormac McCarthy, who wrote No Country for Old Men. The woman is absolutely brilliant. I would agree with you. Absolutely. The house that Jack built is fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm not going to watch anything based on true events in that case. It's a lot easier to go over it. Yes, it is. It is, yeah. It's a lot easier to swallow, like a Serbian film, like The House That Jack Built, which is based on somewhat true events. But yes, Dan, the Man with a Plan, at 2 a.m. Yes. I do like The House That Jack Built. I thought it was a great movie. If you haven't seen The House That Jack Built, check it out. It is about a serial killer. But Jack, the film that I'm talking about is on the next level of disturbing that actually sits with you. Hello, Moon over Miami. How are you? Maybe that's why there's so much of it in horror films, because it is in fact so horrifying and disturbing. Yeah, I can sit through a Serbian film. I love that film. I just watched the Q&A with the directors and the actors, and I was blown away by some of the information. I also saw some of the behind the scenes stuff and the Serbian film exposition. I was blown away. Like, holy fuck. There's so much. Lars von Trier is a weird guy. There's a lot of weird people out there in the movie biz. Have you guys seen a movie called Fetus? The Girl Next Door. The comedy is about a guy who ends up making an educational. Yeah, no, that is not the film. I like films where women get horribly bloody revenge for violence against women. I agree, Lament. Last House on the Left, I Spit on Your Grave, Revenge. Revenge is a really good film if you haven't seen that one. It is on Shudder. Do I like comedy? Yeah, I like comedy, Dewey. Who doesn't like comedy? I love comedy. Okay. It is about that time, and we are going to dive. Dan the Man with the plan at 2 a.m. Welcome to the Crypt. Thank you for the follow. We are going to be doing Coffee Chat of Horrors today. What that is a deep dive into our favorite scary movies, primarily international horror and indie films, underrated films as well. Feel free to ask questions, add to the commentary, talk amongst yourselves as we go along this realm that nightmares are made of. So I'm really excited to bring that to you. An I Spit on the Grave remake, love the revenge. Yeah, it's a good one. Not the one you are talking about. I meant the other one. Yeah. The bathtub in I Spit on Your... Yes, what about the shotgun one? Okay, we are going to snooze this ad so we can start CCOH. Before we dive into CCOH, let me tell you right now, there are spoilers in this movie. If you have not seen Ichi the Killer, it's been out since 2001. Go find it. Second, I will be spoiling a lot in this deep dive. So if you don't want to be spoiled and you want to watch the movie, then do your thing. If you don't mind and you want to know more, then stay. And we're going to go... dive right into it. Right meow.
Who likes scary movies and coffee?
The following show is based on research on horror movies and what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite scary movies. HORDE Entertainment or ReAnimateHer is not responsible for the macabre and horror that you are about to witness. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, my daywalkers. I am ReAnimateHer, your queen of horror, and this is Coffee Chat of Horrors, the only horror show that takes its coffee like it's magic, and that is black. Today's screams come from the warped mind of Takashi Miike in Ichi the Killer. So buckle up, my ghouls, as we traverse the realms that nightmares are made of. The writers for Ichi the Killer is Sakichi Sato and Hideo Yamamoto. The budget estimated for this film is $1.4 million, and the worldwide box office was only $80,631. Talk about an ouch, hey? Ouch. Not a whole hell of a lot of money, but again, you got to think about the aggressiveness of this movie when it came out in 2001. During that time, we had French extreme horror come out, and the United States and North America were starting to come out with their own extreme horror. Hostel, Saw, 2004 era, right? So the early 2000s were, and late 1990s were great for extreme horror, starting to go on a rise. Takashi Miike has often been described as Japan's answer to Quentin Tarantino. However, this comparison is somewhat misleading, as Miike has directed nearly 10 times as many films as the American within the same time frame. Think about that. I love Quentin Tarantino. I enjoy his movies. I think they're fun, and he does put a lot of dedication into them. Hello, M. Horn. You've been worried about me? I'm fabulous, my friend. Don't ever worry about me. The Man from Toronto. I seen that, Dewey. I've seen The Man from Toronto. Woody Harrelson. I fucking love Woody. I think he is great. What's up, Dell? How are you? If you are just joining us, we are starting to dive into Ichi the Killer. Now, Miike is known for his unflinching depictions of violence and transgression. Ichi the Killer remains one of his most notorious films. And I'd have to agree, he has some crazy ass films, but I think Ichi the Killer really takes the cake when it comes to the violence and gore. And for those of you that do not know about Ichi the Killer, let's go into the plot before we head into the trailer. Now, the movie Ichi the Killer is in Japanese with English subtitles. You might be able to find an English dub version, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would definitely stick with the subtitles. I just upgraded my DVD of Ichi to Blu-ray earlier this week. Fantastic movie, right? It's beautiful. It's beautiful in every level, I think, and violence-wise, an extreme violent movie, very bloody movie, but I think it's very beautifully done. I think it's beautiful. The visuals that are on screen, the blood squirting, the decapitations, the kills, like everything about it is pretty fucking amazing. Even Kakihara's face and the way he opens up his mouth, like, what? That was insane. Okay, so as a sadomasochistic yakuza enforcer, Kakihara searches for his missing boss. He crosses path with Ichi, a repressed and psychotic killer. Ichi may finally be capable of inflicting the level of pain that Kakihara has only dreamed of experiencing. If you haven't figured that out, Kakihara loves torture. He loves pain onto his body, hence why he has all these body modifications. He literally has his mouth split from here to here so he can put rings in it and all sorts of crazy shit that goes on. He also cuts out his fucking tongue in this movie. He just cuts it right out. And that was like, you know, I don't know how Japan feels about it, but I'm pretty sure U.S. rating boards would take exception to all the semen splatter. There's a lot of semen splatter, and I've got some info for you on that semen splatter. It's gross, but just the tip. We're going to have an ad that's going to start here on Twitch, so I'm not going to dive any further into RCCOH because of the ad that's going to happen, and I don't want anybody to miss out on anything. Also, if you do end up missing CCOH, you can watch it on YouTube with chapters, so you can skip past all the jibber jabber that I do and get to the nitty gritty of the movie facts. Yeah, and it goes on like nothing ever happened. I know, right? It's a fucked up movie. Oh, if the MPAA would have gotten a hold of this movie, it would have, oh God, yeah. The MPAA censors everything. It's just ridiculous. There should be a ad happening here very soon. Your TikTok is back. That's good, Don. Are you able to get TikTok now on your phone? I know in the States that a lot of you are having issues downloading the app again. We haven't had an issue here with that. We still had TikTok. Hello, ad. Are you starting? There seems to be a delay in the ads on TikTok. I got a message saying, "Hey, bitch, when's gonna start?" I never uninstalled TikTok. I knew the ban wouldn't last long. There it is. There's the ad now. Censorship of art sucks. Yes, and hence why German filmmaker who dropped out of school, dropped out of school, created Necromantic in a revolt that horror should not be censored. Life isn't censored. Life isn't censored at all on any fucking level. Even if you lived in a bubble, life is not censored. And he feels the same way about horror. Horror should never be censored. However, North America, we have this thing where we have to censor every tiny little thing. Hence, in the 80s, we brought in the over 18 badging on music. Like, are you kidding me? Just be a fucking parent. Don't let your kid listen to it if you don't want them to listen to it. I sure hope I could only imagine the TikTok doesn't ban. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be banned. Yeah, I wouldn't have deleted it either. I didn't delete it. I still have it, but Canada wasn't an issue. We did close. Ennelie Knight, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. We did close the headquarters here of TikTok in Canada. But trying to censor life, right? Trying to censor life. Think about that. Do we have fucking black bars that go around and censor things in when we go outside during the day? No, we don't. It's funny how much horror was born out of censorship and puritanical political landscape. Yep. With the white splatter, I'm surprised that the ratings people didn't get the big X as a rating. American policy ban TikTok for having an ethnically Chinese Singaporean CEO, but invite in a corrupt South African billionaire and his teen fanboys to have everybody's private info. I know nothing about this. Parent advisory stickers, yeah. Too many people want to live in a safe little bubble of censorship, and it's not safe. It's not safe, trust me. That ban can extend to a lot more than just TikTok. Yeah, it could. Hello, Annalie. How are you? Good day. A lot of video games? 100%. All right, I think that ad's over with, right? Welcome back from the ad, guys. If you're just joining us, I am ReAnimateHer, and today we are deep diving into Ichi the Killer, Japanese, 2001, great film, highly violent. And we're going to go watch the trailer right now. If you're on YouTube, unfortunately, YouTube mutes my trailers. YouTube, in order for me to keep my video monetized, I have to make the sound of the video of the trailer taken out of YouTube. So I do apologize. If you want to check the trailer out, head on over to my Twitch channel, ReAnimateHer, and you'll be able to watch it without being censored. I was thinking more about cancel culture in the States and weaponizing the cops for anything you don't like. That could happen too. The PMRC and their parental warning stickers upon albums was and is so disgusting. 100%. Oh, sorry. The U.S. wanted to ban TikTok for being a Chinese company, but the CEO is actually Singaporean. Now Elon Musk is leading a team to dismantle American agencies, and they have access to confidential info on citizens. Oh, I got you. I'm good. It's nice to meet you. I love the vibe here. Awesome, Annalie. We love talking about horror. During the week, I usually do some chit-chats about horror, and we play horror-related video games. Monday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, I'm diving into Days Gone, which is one of my favorite zombie games. But we're going to go watch the trailer, like I said, to Ichi the Killer. That is the trailer to Ichi the Killer. And his whole effing mouth is going to go like this. It's crazy, I tell you. I love that gritty urban Tokyo at night vibe. Enter the Void does that really well too. I would agree with you, Doom. They do it very well. This is a great movie. Ichi the Killer is a great movie, but let me forewarn you, there is a lot of violence against men and women and children. Not as much towards children as there is men and women. And it's pretty aggressive. It's very, very violent and bloody. The kills are mind-blowing, amazing. So if you go and watch it, keep that in mind. But it's a great movie. Great news, everyone. Mama Ducky had her third child on Valentine's Day. Baby girl named Ruby, 4 pounds. Send her my love, Chloe. Tell her congratulations, and congratulations again, Grandma. Third time around. The Gothic Storyteller, how are you? We're his Scratchy in that trailer. It makes Pulp Fiction look like a Disney attraction, 100% macabre. If you've ever seen Pulp Fiction, or if you've ever seen, the one with Uma Thurman, Kill Bill, this movie blows that away when it comes to blood, violence, and just carnage. Hello, Wickedy, how are you? Okay, so the famous torture scene adapted from chapters 13 to 16 of volume 2 of the manga features Suzuki of the Funakigumi being suspended from meat hooks. Actor Suzumi Terajima endured 12 hours of makeup and preparation, followed by 12 more hours of shooting. That is crazy. That is crazy. The method used to suspend Suzuki is a form of body suspension, which involves rigging a human body to hang from temporary perforations in the skin. If you've never seen this, let me give you a visual. Basically, it's these giant hooks, sharp hooks that go into your skin wherever you want to be suspended from. It could be shoulders, it could be back, it really could be anywhere on your body. But in this movie, Suzuki is laying on his stomach and they put these hooks into his back. He had like, I think 10 hooks in his back. And then what they do is they pull this cord and it suspends him up in the air. So he's basically just laying on his stomach in the air, suspended with these hooks in him. Oh, Lord. Done right, it's not painful. I know many people who do suspensions and body modification. It is a real thing. People actually do this. And in order to do it, you should know what you're doing if you ever want to look into something like that. Just an FYI. Given it also goes into the yakuza type stuff, I can understand why. Yes, 100%. The music choices are definitely great. Yeah. Wait, it's really done or practical effects? According to this, it was makeup. According to this, he had to endure 12 hours of makeup and preparation, followed by another 12 more hours of shooting. The method used to suspend Suzuki is a form of body suspension. I don't believe he was actually suspended but via his actual skin. When I looked into it, that's all I was able to pull out of it, and I got a lot of this information from interviews with Miike. I love Inglourious Bastards and Kill Bill, but Miike gets weirder and darker than Tarantino ever does, and I probably like Miike more because of it. 100%. I will have to say that as well. I agree with you. They used to do real suspensions and horror shows outside House of Shock in New Orleans back in the 90s. Yeah. I have a lot of friends that do body modifications. So now with Ichi the Killer, I'm way too scared to try something like that. I'm not scared. I just wouldn't want the markings on me, the scarring that happens, right? They must have done a harness and edited out. Yeah, they could have easily done that. I couldn't find an exact breakdown of how they did it, which, like, in these kind of films, especially international horror, there's not a lot of information on them. So I have to go off of interviews with people. And a lot of the times I find interviews with the directors, and sometimes I get lucky and I can find them with the directors and the actors, like I did in High Tension, right? High Tension is a French horror film that came out during the French extreme horror era. And that one, I was able to find an interview with both sides. Even the Sadness movie, I was able to find interviews with the main actors and the director, which gave me so much insight to the film. Unfortunately, a lot of these films don't have that amount of info. As a publicity stunt, barf bags were distributed at the Toronto International Film Festival during the midnight screening. Similar bags were given out at the Stockholm International Film Festival. Reports indicate that one viewer vomited while another fainted during the film. Now, we hear this quite a bit to start the hype for these films, especially once they go into festivals. We heard this with In a Violent Nature. We heard this with Terrifier 3. The Exorcist back in 1973. This isn't a new gimmick, and a lot of people believe these stunts. And you'll have people who literally faint and pretend to barf in movie theaters to bring up the hype. And then people will witness it, and then it will spread by wildfire. This is a technique that's been going back since the 1960s, and William Castle was really big for that back in the day. Now with the films, I actually can believe that. With this film, I can see people getting, you know, a little like fainty and shit, but still on that level. You know, I don't know. The Sadness is nuts. The Sadness is a crazy movie, but it's a great movie. And I did a deep dive on that, Dell. If you ever want to check out The Sadness, my deep dive, I was able to get interviews with both the director and the main actors and actresses. It's a really good information session. It's on my YouTube channel under the CCOH playlist. Didn't Pink Flamingos have these scandals like John Waters controversy? I believe so. Speaking of vomit and fainting, I'd literally kill to get to see the Lost Cut hell scene from Event Horizon. Oh my lord. Me too, Lament. Me too. I love Event Horizon. It's a great friggin' film. Okay, so back on topic, my friends. This film remains banned in Malaysia and Germany due to its extreme violence. While private possession is legal in Germany, its distribution is strictly prohibited as of 2009. And in Norway, you can be arrested and jailed for distributing or owning Ichi the Killer. Like, this is no joke in other countries. Like, they take censorship to the next fucking level. To own this movie, it's legal in Germany, but if you show it to anybody, it's considered illegal. So private possession is okay. However, if you start showing it to friends, it's illegal. And in Malaysia and in Norway, you can be fucking arrested and jailed. Can you imagine getting a hold of Ichi the Killer, someone finding out, ratting you out, and then going to jail for watching a fucking movie? Banned in the same country that brings us Necromantic. Right? But Necromantic as well had its issues in Germany. I'm a little surprised at Germany's reaction. They could come out with same content that's a little, I know, right? So a Serbian film, a little detour, a Serbian film was shown in Germany, and Germany basically pulled its plug. The director of a Serbian film was almost arrested for the death of a woman in the actual movie when they were premiering it. However, the woman was not murdered. It was a puppet. And the same thing happened to Tadanobu in Cannibal Holocaust, right? Which he was arrested and actually brought to court and had to bring his actors in to the courthouse. Regal, holy shitballs, Regs. Look at that. 55 stream streak. Thank you very, very much. How are you, Regs? But yeah, the same could happen. Now with Germany, I don't, like, what the fuck? You know, I can understand. But Norway, you can be arrested and jailed for watching a movie. How crazy is that? I still have my barf bag from when I seen the original Exorcist in theaters. Nice, Chloe. That's awesome. But how crazy is that? How crazy is that censorship? That if you watch this movie, if you distribute this movie in any way, you can go to jail. The fuck? For a movie? I don't understand their thought process on that. I don't understand it. I guess I'll just move to Denmark rather than Norway. Go and research what's banned in these countries before you go to them, because some of your favorite movies might actually be fucking banned. It wasn't until 1992, don't quote me on this, but I believe in 1992 over in the UK, Evil Dead was still banned. It was part of the video nasties from, I want to say 1992. It was it became unbanned in the UK. The video nasties are insane. Like, I watched this documentary on the video nasties, and holy crap, the amount of stuff that gets banned is insane. So symbolism here. Let's get into some Japanese symbolism. Ichi is the Japanese word for one, which is reflected in the protagonist Shiroshi Ichi Hajimi's body armor and razor-bladed boot, both of which feature a design resembling the number 1. You do get to see this on Ichi as his body armor that he wears, and he has these pretty kick-ass boots. Just a little detour dead walk, just a little. He has these pretty kick-ass boots that have these blades in them, and these blades are so god dang sharp that it can literally cut somebody in half. And it does in this movie. He cuts this one guy right down, and his body just goes like this as it falls apart, and it's a great visual. But super sharp boots. Now, Kakihara's distinctive facial scars are known as the Glasgow smile or the Chelsea smile, a mutilation associated with British organized crime. Listen to that one there, right? The Glasgow smile. Again, he had this part of his mouth and this part of his mouth sliced open to where he can actually blow smoke out of them. As you can see in this image here, he has 2 rings right here, which leaves this open. And when he takes those rings out, he's able to open up his mouth fully. It's pretty fucked up looking. It's actually glorious when you see it in the movie. Yeah, that seems a little sus. Those blades aren't long enough for the depth of the human body. Yeah, I would agree with you. And the guy really deserved to be chopped in half, and he did deserve it. It was good revenge. The saddest banning story is City of Ghosts. It's a great documentary about freedom fighters in Syria that got so much attention and awards that ISIS found out about it and killed most of the interviewees involved. Now it's banned from distribution for the sake of the people still alive. Oh, wow, Doom. I didn't know about that. You want those boots? Kind of reminds me of the Joker. Yeah, right? But his mouth, this guy's mouth is literally sliced open. It's pretty friggin' insane. Now, let's get to our next one here. In the manga, Kakihara has dark hair while Karen has fair hair. The film reverses this, giving Kakihara fair hair and Karen dark hair. Now, Karen is the female, one of the females in this movie, and I found it so weird that the name Karen was in it. It's just, out of all the Japanese names in this movie, there is a Karen. What? And yeah, that just blew me away. Miike initially wanted original manga author Hideo Yamamoto to write the film's script entirely in its manga form. However, Yamamoto abandoned the idea due to writer's block. Yamamoto described Kakihara and Ichi as representing the extreme ends of BDSM spectrum, with Kakihara embodying masochism and Ichi representing sadism. Pretty interesting. Basement Cat, my darling, thank you so very much for re-sacrificing your soul for 6 months. You've been subscribed for 13. Thank you so very much. 13 is my lucky number. How are you doing, Basement? And sorry, some of the imagery that you do during the normal Monday to Friday show is not on this scene because we're doing CCOH, so there's a few things that won't show up. I never heard of this ISIS doc. That's crazy, right, Dal? Doom was just saying about it, so I've never heard of it either, at all. How you doing, Basement Cat? And for those of you just joining us, we are discussing and deep diving Ichi the Killer, Takashi Miike's 2001 extremely violent horror movie. I do put this under the horror realm. If you are checking this out or want to check it out, this is filled with spoilers. You can check out the VOD if you've missed the most of it over on YouTube. It will be set in chapters as well. Stay tapping. Hello, darling. How are ya? Wait, he had writer's block just rewriting his own work as a script. Yeah, he did. He had writer's block. Yep. And I do like the fact that Yamamoto has described Kakihara and Ichi as representing the extreme ends of BDSM. We know in other cultures outside of North America that specific things like BDSM are actually pretty big and not a taboo. Where in North America, it's still considered a taboo, and it's still not. It's still quite frowned upon in the outside of the BDSM community, and there's a lot of stigma wrapped around BDSM that's not true. So yeah. Is this movie based on the manga? Yes, it is. Yes, Chloe, it is. It's based on the writer of the manga is Yamamoto, and he is one of the writers for the new script for the movie Ichi the Killer. So it's based on that manga, and there are sections from 13 to 16 from the manga that is in this movie. They wanted basically the manga in a live action movie style. That's exactly what Miike was going for with this film. Now, the PlayStation 2 game that Ichi is playing is in the film. It is called Tekken Tag Tournament from 1999. He controls Horang, a Taekwondo-based fighter whose kick-heavy fighting style mirrors Ichi's own combat techniques. Wasn't sure if you guys wanted to know about that, but he is playing Tekken Tag Tournament from 1999. Brings back memories, right? The U.S. is descended from religious zealots that were shipped out of their own European countries for being too extreme. It's little wonder tastes are so little puritanical. Yeah, it's crazy. All in all, love Tekken Tag Tournament. I used to love Tekken. Yeah, Tekken was fun. Tekken was definitely fun. There's a lot of cute pics that Deadwalk put in. Okay, so in the manga, Kakihara is depicted as a middle-aged man with an average hairy build, wearing a black suit and a shibara robes as undergarments. The film reimagines him as a stylish, slender young man in a flashy leisure suit with long satin coats. And that is where you get the difference between the manga and the actual movie. I prefer Kakihara in the movie version than in the manga. But I thought that was a really cool little tidbit of information. Now, there is an underrated documentary titled The Cult of Ichi, which was released in 2007, and it explores the film's legacy. If you can find it, I would highly recommend it. It was one of the things that I watched while looking for information on Ichi the Killer. Definitely try to check it out. And in the 2017 definitive remastered edition in 4K was released on Blu-ray, which will also have some extra fun tidbits for you if you have the 2017 definitive remastered edition. It's funny how little extreme horror, hold on, let me just scroll up here. It's funny how little extreme horror lit gets banned. Just proof censors don't read. Burroughs was writing books in the 1950s, more extreme than most horror movies. I know. And there are a lot of extreme horror books out there. You know, there is quite a bit. And nobody censors these books. I don't know. It's crazy. Hello, Ed. How are you? Okay, so let's see. We've got this image here that we just did. Let's do this one. And then we have one more. Okay, so director Takashi Miike reveals on the U.S. Tokyo Shock DVD release that Ichi's semen used in the close-up during the intro sequence when the film's title raises out of the puddle of semen is actually real. Blech. And if you've seen the movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. You know what scene I'm talking about. Just going to reiterate that again. Takashi Miike reveals on the U.S. Tokyo Shock DVD release that Ichi's semen used in the close-up during the intro sequence when the film's title raises out of the puddle of semen is actually real. Movies may be easier to ban than books. I would agree, Regal. More visual, right? Ew, imagine the smell. Maybe don't. according to the Tokyo Shock DVD release. I don't know whose donation that may have been. However, gross. Now I want to Maeve. Oh my lord. Oh my god, yes. Okay, so despite the presence of numerous yakuza members, only 2 shots are fired in the entire film, and neither result in fatality. Yeah, in the entire film, just think about this. There's more blade violence than gun violence. There are only 2 shots fired in this movie. The semen was real. Oh, come on. Mr. Scott, how are you, darling? Good morning, Rainey. How are you? Mayo is an abomination which must be obliterated from the planet. Yeah, Lament doesn't like mayo. But just to know that scene is real, like, what did they do? Did they say, hey, can you, over here? Like, I don't know. How do you request this? I don't know. But yeah, could you imagine the person who had to mayo was tasty and not no more. Mayo is the nectar of gods. But yeah, so I don't know. It is, yeah, it's kind of gross. Do it in a cup and throw it at the right moment, I'm guessing. Maybe anything for art, possibly. I am good, Rainey. How are you? It's Sunday. I'm here hanging out with you guys, sharing some gross and thrilling facts about Ichi the Killer. If you did miss the majority of this, you can check it out over on YouTube. It will be in chapters. As soon as the VOD is processed, I do the chapters, so you can skip through the hubbub that I do. Here's a question. Was it human? I'm going to assume so, but I don't know. I did not get to see more than what Takashi Miike has actually said, and I don't believe it went into, is it human semen or was it bull semen? I don't know, but it would still be fucking gross regardless of where this semen came from. So you could say filming that scene was someone's pleasure. Right? Gross ass motherfucker Maeve. How dare you? Mayo is a traditional cultural food of my mom's people, Midwestern white people. We are in an ad break, guys, so just we'll hang out here. We won't go any further. I've got a couple of more things, and then my in closing, and then my thoughts, which I think I might do. I'm going to do my thoughts after my closing. My in closing, and then our outro. Actually, horse or other large animal semen would probably be easier to purchase. Probably, but still just as effing gross. Doesn't matter where it comes from. Yeah, gross. When I do end CCOH, we're not technically ending. We just end the information, and then we head into a just chatting scene. So just an FYI. Okay, welcome back from that ad. Kakihara's ringtone in the film is the movie's theme song. And in closing, the killer is deeply polarizing. So Ichi the Killer is a deeply polarizing film that continues to shock audience with its extreme violence, psychological depth, and its unique artistic vision. Whether you see it as a masterwork of transgressive cinema or an exercise in gratuitous brutality, its impact on the horror and thriller genre is undeniable. And that is 100% undeniable. My thoughts on Ichi the Killer? I find it a wild, violent, gore-filled ride that is literally beautiful. I found the violence, the knife fights, the blood, the body modification visually pleasing. I thought it was a beautiful, like a poem of violence in this film. If you enjoy lots of blood, lots of violence, then I'm going to highly recommend this movie. If you have an iron stomach, I would recommend this movie. I am giving Ichi the Killer from 2001 a 3 out of 5 limbs, and I definitely want you guys to go and check it out. Again, forewarning, violence, male, female, and some child violence, lots of blood, lots of guts, lots of everything. But it's a great film. Yeah, there is an ad break. 46 seconds. I don't know why. Probably because I dismissed the first one. I think some of the cast members did the wild thing in the bathroom between takes. And there, you know what? It could have. It could have. There's one other thing I wanted to tell you guys. Karen speaks like 3 different languages, by the way, in this movie. Yeah, Twitch always has some great timing, but I think honestly it was because I dismissed the first ad when we were getting started, and so it kind of fucked up the rotation. Oh, I have a really good one coming up next weekend as soon as this ad ends. Stupid ads. All right, welcome back from that ad over on Twitch, guys. Well, that wraps us up for this deep dive into Ichi the Killer from 2001. Be sure to join us next Coffee Chat of Horrors as we explore another unsettling horror classic, Wes Craven's 1988, The Serpent and the Rainbow. Until next time, stay spooky, and don't forget, come back here Sunday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And that's a wrap for CCOH. Mayo for all. Maeve is just spitting it out for everybody. No, I have not, Chloe. I have not. But that is Ichi the Killer. I hope you guys enjoyed the deep dive and the information that I received, that I found. It's a great film. Great film. I haven't seen Serpent and the Rainbow in years. So Serpent and the Rainbow is an amazing film based on true events, believe it or not. I did a CCOH on Serpent and the Rainbow about 7 years ago. And it's one of my favorite Wes Craven films. And we're going to be watching that next Saturday in the Discord. Of course, thank you for being here, Lament. We'll be watching The Serpent and the Rainbow. It is an amazing film. Nice leaderboard. Look at Diella, 2 number spots. Basement Cat's in 3rd. Mischief is in 4th. And Lament Butterfly is in 5th. Nadra, you're in 7th spot. Get it, get it, get it. You guys can get your limbs by exclamation point morgue every 30 minutes in the chat. Being an active chatter every 5 minutes, you get a bonus. Being a subscriber, you get a bonus. We do limb giveaways all the time. So, I mean, every way to get limbs, you do not have to purchase anything to be able to get in on the limb leaderboard. And why do you want to be on the limb leaderboard? Because the number 1 spot gets a $10 gift card. And it resets every month. So everyone gets a chance to get in there and get in on this. Remember that. But yeah, I thought it was Ichi the Killer. I think it's great. The tongue part, man. Holy shit. Like when he cuts his tongue right off. Insane. By the way, remember I told you guys I got my Serbian film collector's edition Blu-ray that has like the behind the scenes Q&A, the exposition, the exhibit of it's great. I didn't watch the movie. I was sat yesterday in the morning before anyone was awake. I watched the documentary parts. Like the preview of the documentary was in there, not the documentary itself. The documentary is not out yet, but it will be, and I can't wait. They had a Q&A in Brussels with the filmmakers, the director, and everybody involved, and I got to watch that. There's quite a bit of craziness in that movie. I got to see the behind the scenes and how they made the baby, how they made the birthing scene, how they did a lot of this stuff that's in there. You wouldn't be surprised. All of that is puppets. All of that is body casting. It's all, you're not seeing anybody's real body except for tits. Even the dongs are fake. All the dongs are fake. Keep granddaughter in your thoughts. She has to stay in the hospital until she weighs 10 pounds. Not a problem. 4 pounds is premature, and I've had a few of those in my family. So we're going to give you some juju for you and Mama Ducky. As much as the movie bothered me, I'd be very interested in seeing behind the scenes. So I will see if I can get the behind the scenes and do a deep dive into a Serbian film. I know it's not for everybody, and we're not going to watch it in the Discord unless you do want to. I've seen the movie a million times. You're a dork, but fuck you. Did you ever get to see a bat in person? Yes, I have, alive and dead. My cat caught a bat and brought it in, ate its fucking wings off. It was gross. I stepped on it in the middle of the night. It felt like a wet sponge. Disgusting. But yes, gross. Bats are really cute. But yes, the documentary is coming out. I'm waiting for the pre-order so I can pre-order it. They had an entire exhibit of a Serbian film where they had the body castings on. They had the dongs, like, oh my lord, they had them on display. They had the dresses that were worn, the clothing that were worn with everybody. The actors and actresses were there. What I found really interesting is the director, this was his first film. This was his first directing film. And he was able to grab some of the top actors and actresses in Serbia, which I couldn't believe. And listening to them speak about a Serbian film and what it means to them, I understand why it's so graphic and so abhorrent and crazy. It's because that's how they feel towards their government. That's how they feel being people of Serbia. It's really interesting to listen to them speak and discuss the film and why they created the film in such a crazy, extreme way, is to try to get across how they feel as a Serbian people. It's been a while since I last did a heist. Exclamation point heist, and then the amount that you want to heist with. Stepping upon dead frogs in the hallway sucks. My little murder monkey is a monster. Yeah, I stepped on a bat in the middle of the night. It's gross. Nice evil basement. Yeah, Dr. West, shut it. Yeah. Not a horror flick, but Takashi Miike's 13 Assassins has some pretty disturbing visuals. I would agree. Hey, Ra, have you thought of having an extreme horror portion of the Discord where you can age restrict it and we can show more extreme movies? I could, Macabre. I could. That's not an issue. I can definitely do that. How young are you? I'll be 50 in July. I don't know how old I am. I don't know, 47, 48. I don't know. I'm in that area. I think I'm going to be 48 this year, Dougzilla. I don't remember my age because I can really give a fuck about my age. So what did I join then? It accepted the command. I don't know. I assume a Serbian film's commentary was about the Serbian role in the Bosnia genocide and how they felt as their government made them kill people who had been their neighbors in Yugoslavia. But I base this on assumption. A little bit of everything, Doom. A little bit of everything. I've already started compiling notes from the commentary, the Q&A. I have one more Q&A to watch. But I really want to wait for the documentary to come out before I fully do a deep dive. But I have plans. Regal, what the fuck? 39%. I do have plans to do a deep dive into a Serbian film. Just because of how interesting the information is that I find. The movie is grotesquely violent. It is disturbing on every level that you can possibly think of. But a lot of people who see a Serbian film can't get past the visuals. I, however, can get past the visuals, and I like to understand why the movie was made and why such the extreme was done. And when you listen to the directors and the writers and the creators and the actors, and they're all Serbian, what they have gone through in their daily life growing up. When they made this film, they were in their early 20s, right? They were still young men and women. And when they were writing this film, it's coming from how they feel as a Serbian. It's very interesting, especially if you don't know anything about Serbia, their history, or anything. It's easy to judge this film as a disgusting, just a shock value film. But once you understand what's happening and why they're doing it, the film it hits differently. I appreciate that, Darkbreaker. Thank you. I've watched the movie a million times, a Serbian film. I watched the uncut version, the unrated version, and the uncut version is definitely more disturbing than the unrated version, the uncut version. So there are two different versions, and we didn't get the uncut version until later on. So just a FYI, the majority of you have probably seen the edited version and not the uncut version. I know you haven't, because the ones that I showed you was the unrated version, not the uncut version. My cat chases squirrels, but never caught one yet. Oh, I had a cat that would catch squirrels and rip their tails off, and I would wake up, and there would be squirrel tails all over the yard. No bodies, but tails. It's a personal for them. You can honestly tell it, and that's why I do love a Serbian film. Yeah. I have the Unearthed Films Blu-ray of this, and yes, that's what I have, Chloe. I have the Unearthed Films collector edition because the sleeve is a collector's edition. I also have the unrated version that I had brought into the country because I couldn't get it here. I couldn't buy the regular DVD for under $100. Hello, Land. How are you? When I was trying to find a Serbian film, you can't find it to watch here. I have to use a VPN. And in order to buy it, if I wanted to buy it on Amazon or anywhere else, it was $100. I had someone ship it to me from the US. They paid $12 for the DVD, and that's how I was able to check it out and watch it. The censorship is real when it comes to this film. You could make a really disturbing serial killer movie based entirely on people's cats bringing home mutilated trophies. Yes, you can. My neighbor's cat always brings me home nastiness. You're relaxing? Nice. Orca is my neighbor's cat, and Orca just fell in love with me. And Orca doesn't bring trophies home for his mother. He brings them to me. He murderized a baby rabbit in front of me and brought it to me and then ate it in front of me, looking at me, making sure that I'm watching him eat this baby rabbit. There was nothing I can do to save this baby rabbit, FYI. It was already dead when he brought it to me. He brings me mice. He brings me birds. He brings me baby rabbits. I had to clean up baby rabbit visceral on my driveway. It was gross. It is doom. It is. And he's looking at me, and he's looking at me, and it's the summertime. And I'm just like, oh my Lord. You've never seen a Serbian film? Dell, I don't recommend the film lightly to anybody. I will be doing a deep dive into the film, so if people want to know more about it without actually watching it, that'll be the time to tune in. Right? I had a cat that brought moles like every day. Well, I would find something dead, mainly birds, in my yard. What he would do is he would bring them and then place them underneath my deck. And so one day I went underneath to get my skulls because I have my skulls underneath. So when you walk up my steps, you see skulls, right? They're half buried, so it kind of looks a little spooky. They're up 365. Anyways, one of mine got a little twisted, so I had to go underneath there. The moment... Interesting. I'm taking a screenshot of something, mods. Kill List. I've seen it. 2011. It won't let me take a screenshot. Are you fucking kidding me? All right, posted it in the crypt chat. What was I saying? Unearthed Films has a great gory selection of movies. They definitely do. It's supposed to be something like your cat sees you as a bigger, dumber cat. Yeah, they're supposed to try to feed you is what they're trying to take care of you. Oh, I was saying underneath, I found a graveyard. So I have cats, but they're not allowed outside in the front. They're only allowed out in the back. However, so I'm going underneath there to fix. I'm not afraid to get underneath there, right? I'm not afraid. I wear my dirty clothes and I'm going underneath there. I got gloves on because I don't want to touch the shit that's underneath there, which is probably insects and stuff. But anyways, I'm underneath there. Next thing you know, I see bodies for days. And I'm talking about big fucking birds, baby birds, mice, moles, all sorts of happy horse shit underneath my deck. I found its murder basement, basically. It was my murder deck. I am like, this is fucking gross. No wonder why I smelled a smell, but I couldn't figure out what the fuck, where it was. Bodies for days. I can't even tell you how many bodies were underneath there, but there was fucking bodies, tons of them. And I'm like, Orca, he's a crazy kitty. He's a beautiful, all black, deep yellow eyes. He's gorgeous. He is so gorgeous, and I love him. And the neighbor lets him out, which I don't agree with. My cats are allowed outside, but they're in the backyard, and my backyard is situated to where the cats cannot get out. So they can be in the backyard and bask in the sun and be in the grass because they can't escape. Where hers escapes and gets out, she lets him out. He runs amok around the world around here. The neighbors across the street, they asked her to put a bell on his collar because they have a bird sanctuary in their backyard. And guess where he was getting the birds? Yeah. So the neighbor across the street in their backyard have all these bird feeders for hummingbirds, the magpies, you name it, etc., etc. All these beautiful bird feeders. So to Orca, this is a smorgasbord of birds. Hence why I had a lot of birds underneath my deck. So she goes and buys a bell. And yeah, so the birds can be forewarned, hey, you're going to fucking die. Yeah, it's crazy. That's kind of cute that my cat thinks I am a dumb, defective, weird cat that needs his help. Yeah, this is my neighbor's cat doing this to me. We have had dead snakes, frogs, lizards, graveyard beneath. My girls stick their kills under there now. That's so fucking funny. Animals, man. Animals. They're trying to take care of you, is what they're trying to do when it comes to their murder. Thanks, Deadwalk. Thanks. I do find it quite funny. Yeah. I don't know, Deadwalk and Riggs. That's just what I have. That's what Twitch told me. Kratos, how are you, darling? How you doing? I see that Spike is going to be at the Calgary Expo. You will love the Feed movies, Rod, from 2005. Feed is good. Yeah, the director of yep, I've seen Feed. I've seen Feast. Feast is great. I love the movie Feasts. The 3 chapters in Feast. It's a great movie. I love The Lawnmower Man as well. I believe I did a CCOH on The Lawnmower Man. We did a sci-fi month. You love scary movies? Scary movies are great. They're awesome. Would you guys like to see on my YouTube channel movies that I've watched throughout the month? I watch a lot of movies. I'm not going to lie. I watch a lot of movies. Some of them are worth talking about and others not so much. Yeah, I know someone tried to murder a coach yesterday while I was on shift. Cops and hours of cleaning up a friend's blood. It was like an episode of Dexter. Oh no. Are you okay? How are you? They can't wait. Hopefully he doesn't cancel. Can we get some juju to Kratos? That really sucks. I hope you're okay. That can be something emotionally and physically traumatizing for someone. Definitely, 100%. I do hope you're doing okay with that. Looking forward to meeting Spike. Oh, I'm fine. Buddy just got out of surgery. I'm still processing it. Okay, well, I'm here for you if you need anything. Yeah, thank you for the juju for Kratos, guys. That's a pretty harsh thing to see, you know? Definitely a pretty harsh thing to see. Oh, let's see. What time is it? All right, we've got a couple of minutes left. Monday, 11. So I'm starting a little later on this week. I'm trying out my my pre-work schedule. So before I got a job, I used to stream at 11 a.m. So I'm trying to go back to that to see how it feels. I feel that the 9 a.m. streams, I feel a little rushed for what I like to do in the mornings. I like to meditate and take care of Loki and things like that. So I'm going to start trying at 11 a.m. streams. So Monday at 11 a.m., we're going to dive into Days Gone, which is an awesome PlayStation game, but we're going to be playing it on Steam. So we're going to be diving back into that one. We haven't played it in some time. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'll be live. Thursday, I will be off. And Friday, I will be live. And I'll also be live in the evenings, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah, 11 a.m. was my previous schedule. I used to go to I was reading Land of Flights, and I was just going to say I used to go to the gym at 11, but no. I went to the gym on Friday, and I burned 15 calories. Good for you. How about 3 a.m. streams? Oh, I am fucking sleeping. Because your 3 a.m. is what, my 1 a.m.? Serpent in the Rainbow, the only horror movie that really disturbed me. Yeah, it's crazy, and it's based on true events. So yeah, 11, probably from 11 to 4:30 I will stream Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe a little earlier, but 11 a.m. will be the start time. And we're going to dive into Days Gone. We're also going to dive into a few other indie horror titles that are being released that I want to check out. Hello, Nanette. How are you? You're weighing in at 220. Nice. I really need to get my ass to work out. I'm lazy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm lazy. I have so much going on in my life that working out, just no interest. But good for you. Good for you. I mean, I wish I could get that excited for exercise. I do. I really wish I could. I don't. Not at all. I don't have any kind of fucking excitement or motivation to do any of it. But hopefully one day I will. Hopefully one day I will. I don't know. I don't have anybody to hold me accountable, right? So it's easy just to come home and sit on the couch or come home and clean the house or do something other than work out. If I had an accountability partner, maybe it would be easier for me, because that's my biggest thing is accountability. If it's not like priority and it's not for somebody, my accountability is, but if I was doing something for somebody, my accountability is 110%. I'm back in it currently. Are ya? Nice. Rather be fat and happy than thin and miserable. I don't do diets. I don't restrict my eating. I'll lessen, but I don't restrict my eating. I eat very healthy as it is. I have a thyroid issue, and the thyroid is my biggest issue with weight gain. It is what it is. I'm glad I'm tall because I hide it really well. I'm not feeling good, but I feel better than Friday. I just had a head cold, and your fibromyalgia is acting up. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better, Nanette. I'm giving you some juju. Diet is just what you put in your mouth, dick or not. Exactly, right, Kratos? I restrict. I don't ban food from my face. I'm doing good, Nanette. We're just about to end. Nice, Land. Good for you. I know a lot of cancer survivors. My cancer was removed quite young, quite early, not quite young, quite early. If you guys, some of you will remember the tumor that I had on my face that was growing back in 2019. I had that removed before it was full-blown cancer. Yeah. I like the motto, nutrition, not diet. Exactly, Doom. Exactly. There's a couple in chat. Yeah, DL is one as well. There's a couple of cancer survivors here, 100%. It's sad to know that cancer has affected so many fucking people. Feed is based on the real fetish with feeders. Yes, same thing. Well, Eat is a really good movie. Eat. You should check that one out, Chloe. All right, it's about that time, guys. I want to thank you. If you ever want a buddy to work out with, I can find an app or something that makes it fun. We can try that, Kratos. We can definitely try that. Thank you guys so very much for coming over here on your Sunday morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I do hope you enjoyed Coffee Chat of Horrors. CCOH will be live again next Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and we're going to deep dive into Wes Craven's The Serpent and the Rainbow. If you want to watch some horror gaming, I will be live on Twitch Monday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time as we dive into Days Gone. I want to thank each and every one of you for making this adventure with me a fun one and a wild ride. So thank you for being a part of this community and helping make this community such an awesome place to hang out. Because without each and every one of you guys, I probably wouldn't be doing any of this, and we wouldn't have such an amazing community that we have built together over the years. So thank you very, very, very much for being a part of this community and your support, your friendship, and what you guys do so much more. Chloe, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Super chat. Thank you very much. It was thyroid cancer surgery 4 years ago. I survived it. Basically 13 possible lymph nodes that was cancerous and nerve on my right arm. Yeah, that sucks. I'm glad you survived it. I am, Land. Thank you. I'm glad that you are still here with us and survived it. Thank you for being here. It affected me. I've had your aunt pass away, both grandmas and my grandpa. Yeah, it's affected a lot of people on the net, 100%. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. I love your guts, and I will slashes all later. Bye.